new game.
All right, folks. We are at our final segment of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Call
Welcome.
of the community. I believe we are taking questions straight from the chat today.
We're doing both. So we wanted to add...
we do have questions already lined up?
No, but I have the Twitter open.
Oh, okay.
So, guys, we wanted to add...
So actually, someone just said thin ice. I just want to say this. There's no thin ice this week. We don't... excuse me. We don't think anybody was on thin ice this week. You could say London, but...
I mean, we'll talk about
that
London
ice
soon.
is just completely fucking melted at this point. So
yeah, listen, like we said, some segments, depending on the week and what we think is going on, some could be removed, altered. Just bear with us.
Yeah, so
it would have been weird to have a team on thin ice after this weekend, we think.
Yeah, every show is not going to be the same thing. So we're going to be adding actually new segments. So we added the prize pick segment today. We're going to be adding
some coming soon.
We're going to be adding some more segments also coming soon, so we can kind of interchange out certain segments. And we've been listening to your feedback. We're trying to make certain segments shorter, shorten segments, or certain segments longer that you guys enjoy. Like, we're really trying to listen to you guys. It's only our third episode, and we're trying to make this the best experience for you guys possible. So
listen. For Call Community really today, if you don't already, Breakdown Pod on Twitter. We tweeted for questions. But we also wanted to show some love to those watching live in Twitch. I know some of you guys listen on Spotify or YouTube, but if you're in the Twitch chat right now, we'd love to get some questions from you guys, whether it's about this weekend, our careers, anything Call of Duty community. We'd love to take some of your questions, and of course, we have some on Twitter. So while you look at the chat, I'll start with one here on Twitter. This is from Heated_TV. What was the best COD title for competitive play in your tenure as a professional player? I think Black Ops 2.
Dude, that is a hard question because I have a lot of near and dear Call of Duties that I loved. Dude, I might say like MW. I liked MW3 more than Black Ops 2 personally, competitively. I know it's kind of biased because we were insane at that game.
Very underrated.
Yeah, very underrated game. Black Ops 3 I might even rate higher than Black Ops 2. AW I might rate higher than Black Ops 2. Ghosts I might even... Ghosts might be a longer shout. I would say my favorite competitive game of all time was either MW3 or Black Ops 3. I don't think Black Ops 2 was.
I think Black Ops 2 for me was the game I went pro in. It was the game... It was like the first game where... I think the maps are still the best map set we've ever had in competitive Call of Duty history.
Yeah.
That's when Hardpoint sort of took competitive Call of Duty by storm. Search was great in that game. Just some of the best moments ever. So my answer is Black Ops 2. Do you have a question from chat, Uriah?
Yeah, I just got a question from chat that I thought was pretty cool. I don't really talk about it very often. I'd like to hear this question extended to you as well, but someone asked me who was the most impactful person that I like, the most impactful person in my career that I guess kind of like helped me and winged me. On the Call of Duty learning side, it's easily Rambo. Yeah. Rambo Ray taught me so much when I was first coming up. He really winged me. MW3, we were insane. He really taught me the ins and outs when I was just naturally raw and grossly skilled. He taught me a lot about the inner workings of the game and teamwork and communication. He taught me a lot. In terms of like the content side of things, obviously, I'm going to say Nate Shot, Hector, those guys taught me a lot about just content and having to build a brand and all that good stuff. So I'd say Rambo for in-game stuff. And then obviously like Crim, Damon, Matt, like the Dynasty team, they all definitely had their moments with me that really helped. But if I can think of just solely one person, I would say those people for their respective things.
I would say Looney for the gameplay side of things, because even when I was sort of my comeback year was World War II. And I was popping off, and I was really good in the slang category, but Looney didn't hold back, and he was very blunt. And looking back at
he is a blunt guy.
Looking back at it, I definitely sort of took that a little more personally. But in hindsight, he may be a better player that I appreciate. On the content side, I don't mean to sound corny, but it's Nate Shot for me too. He introduced me to you and Hector, and I met him when I was really young and didn't really know what I wanted to make of my life, and I kind of looked at him as a mentor, and I kind of saw a little bit of myself like in him in a sense, where I thought I could turn what he was doing into a similar career for me.
Yeah.
So Nate Shot's my answer as well. I met him when I was I met him before you. I was 11 or 12. I don't remember.
And then you blacklisted him.
Yeah, funny, man. Funny, man.
You got another question from Twitter?
Yeah, so I have from here, this is from Mike Walsh. When do you think we will see another era like CWL as in team expansion? So here's my thing on this. The league buy-in's too high. I don't know a lot about these, but if I'm the league, I would amend that initial $25 million buy-in. I go to every owner right now and say, we'll lower it to $10 million. That way, I mean, the $25 million price point is absurd. Honestly, it's unacceptable, especially in this current economic climate. Things were a little different, and we were betting on esports to blow up in a different way. And I think based on what we know now and the growth we've seen, I think 10 mil is a lot more fair.
Yeah, I still think 10 mil is a lot of money.
10 mil is a lot.
I mean, just think about that. $10 million to even be in the league. It's just a lot of money.
I think league is like 10. We need to lower the price. That way people want to come in. We need more global reach. So I would love to see a Spanish team. We need some more UK. We need some more US cities. And I think that starts with lowering the price. There is too much talent and challengers in every single region to keep this at a 12-team league. I mean, we grew up in the era where there was always 16 teams. We had 4 pools of 4. We need to tap back into that nostalgia because, 1, it's nostalgic and people love it, and 2, it was the best format we've ever had. I personally would also like to see a LAN league return. Rocker's event was incredible.
Yeah,
Besides them playing twice in one day, we said our opinion a lot about that.
Yeah.
The event they threw was incredible. I don't see any reason why we can't do a LAN league now. We did it back when this wasn't a $300 million league. We have more support now. We did it 5 years ago. Whatever argument against it, fuck the argument. Let's get back to LAN.
I just think the league has found a structure that works. Obviously, it's not the most competitively integral with the online league, but I think they just found a formula that kind of works, and it's kind of low lift. You have to think compared to running these LAN leagues. It's definitely a lot easier of a lift, and I think that's mainly one of the main reasons. And these teams have to set that up, which I don't think that they would have a problem, but it's not as easy as just like snapping your fingers and we have LAN leagues. There's definitely a lot of hurdles that you have to get through. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that as well. I think having 16 teams in the league, doing four pools of 4, just playing more. I just wish that the teams played more. Because right now I think the sample size is a little bit low. I think having 5 league matches followed by a major where you could potentially go and lose 1 match and be out, I just think that's kind of cheesy. And we've seen Tej tweet about it. We've seen a lot of players tweet about it. I just want to see them play more. I want to see more COD. And however that happens, it happens. And I hope that happens.
Yeah. We have a question here from Typically on Twitter. Do you think bringing back jetpacks will really save COD, or was that just a different time and the CDL era is just simply different?
Let me answer this one.
Go ahead.
I think that jetpacks, I don't think that it would save COD. It's not about the mechanics that are in the game. It's if the game is good and enjoyable.
Thank you.
It could be a boots on the ground COD. It could be a jetpack COD. It could be a COD where you run around with fucking, I'm not going to say what I want to say because we're on the show.
Yeah.
But, it could be any COD. As long as the maps are good, the tick rate is good, the gunplay is fun, it could be any variation of Call of Duty that's ever been released. I just think that, and I don't think that COD is really dead. I mean, we've seen the CDL. We're hitting
Rank play is popping, too.
We're hitting record numbers right now, and I think that if the game was just a little bit better and a little bit more suited to competitive, I think that it would just push us to a new echelon. Because right now, I mean, we're getting there, but we just need a little bit more support competitively, I think. Because no dead silence, no red dot. Like, just think about that. We have so many things that are integral to Call of Duty, and we don't have them, and we are still keeping the league alive through personalities, through history that's been through people watching. And I think that if we just got a game that was a little bit better overall, it would soar to new heights. I don't care if it's jetpacks. I don't care what it is.
I think it's the classic, you want what you can't have. I mean, when jetpacks were out, we were saying we want boots back. Now we have boots back because we want jetpacks. There are pros and cons to each. I just think it's always the classic Call of Duty cycle of as soon as something switches, we need this back or this back. We need consistently good games, whether it's boots on the ground, jetpacks.
We need good
good maps, good games. fun. I think Valorant is killing it with their skins.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
we need...
Imagine if we had skins like Val, and you had to grind for them. Like, oh, my God. I just sit and wish, but it's, you know, it's... We get what we get, but I sit and wish that we just had just even a crumb of, like, what Val has, just with all the you know, cool camos. They have great maps. The game's catered to competitive, but we also have to understand that Call of Duty is a very public game catered to not competitive, and it's a bigger market.
That's
so
true, but COD Mobile has some incredible skins. I mean, I have very base knowledge of what goes in behind the scenes to these type of things.
Yeah.
Compared to different games, they have us beat when it comes to skins and cosmetics.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Call of Duty world has the potential to really, like, set the bar and at least, like, get really competitive with some of these other games when it comes to skins and cosmetics. Let's take one more question.
Yeah, I just think, just to close on that, I think there will come a point where people do get fed up with Call of Duty if they're really just not listening. I think there will be a point, and I think at some point, if it ever hits that, they'll have to make a change. You know, with Warzone, we're kind of seeing it now. Verdansk was a huge success. Caldera kind of falls off a little bit after Verdansk, and now with Al Mazrah, it's in a bad spot. And I think we're going to see some changes. They already started reverting some things back for Warzone, and I think when people hit a breaking point, they'll be forced to listen.
Yeah. Let's take one more question from chat. Guys, we'll give you guys just a second. We appreciate all the questions. We're going to try to do a mixture of, like, Twitter questions as well as stream questions because we do want to prioritize those that spend time with us live. Also, you guys know we're live on Spotify and YouTube, but we really want to figure out ways to incorporate those who are watching live. And please, we'll take one more question before we head out.
Let's do one more question, yeah.
Okay. I'll let you pick this one. You know, you deserve it, man. You beat me in rapid fire.
Well, chat, let's sauce me some questions. I'll pick one of the good ones.
Will Zin ever shave that back? Listen.
Let's do it live on stream.
Get off my back. No.
Let's do that live.
Get off my back.
So I actually like this one. It's kind of one that we've been seeing brought up a lot. But McGrady asks, should Control be replaced for another game mode for next season? What do you think about that?
It depends on what version of Control we get. Ideally, we get Uplink back. I've always been a CTF fan as a player. I think CTF, I think a hype CTF is one of the most fun games to play as well as watch. That being said, a lot of CTF games can be stale. I don't think CTF would work either with this, like, sound cue component, that bullshit where we give shit players sound cues now because so they don't rage quit off, right?
Imagine
I would like
playing Blitz with the sound cues like this.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my gosh.
If it was my pick, I'm doing CTF or Uplink personally.
CTF or Uplink?
Yeah.
If we could figure out a way to do Uplink without jetpacks, I think Uplink was probably the best third mode we've ever had.
Yeah.
Uplink was so much fun to watch. There was an added component with throwing the ball, and you could choke throws. You could win games at the end with a well-placed throw. We did try Uplink without jetpacks in World War II.
Oh,
Gridiron?
Yeah.
Do you remember that trolley shit?
That's why I do think, from title to title, I do think CTF is the better option. I know a lot of people. CTF is better than Control. I will say that. I am confident when I say that. I truly believe that to my core. I think good Uplink is better than CTF, but Uplink has to be good title for title, and it just alters with boots in the ground and jetpacks.
Call of Duty is so hard because these game modes, yes, they're their own beasts, but it also boils down to how good the game plays with the specific game modes. Like, there could be one game that's released with good maps for CTF, but they fuck up the spawns, or something is just completely and utterly wrong, and then you have to go through and change it, and there's just so many things that go into actually making a game mode work. But
Activision brings us in on a one-time contractor fee of $1 million apiece. We help them figure these things out. We're good to go.
You said $1 million apiece?
$3 million for you, $2 million for Tony.
I'm there. You fucking let me know. You let me know where to sign, and